This is Dr. Ware, and I'm going to be showing you how to install R and RStudio in this video. Right, so these are the typed instructions that accompany the video, and you can find them on Learn. First off, let's introduce what Learn is. R is a computer language, and it is used for the analysis of data in several disciplines. It is free, and more importantly, it is becoming a much more prevalent way to analyze data in the social sciences and other disciplines as well. So it's well worth the effort to start learning how to program in R. RStudio is what's called an integrated development environment. It is a way for you to interact with R. So R is not a software program, it is a computer language. RStudio is an environment in which you can use R in order to analyze data. Strictly speaking, you don't need an environment, but especially for beginners, it's good to have one. Okay, so if you have a Windows computer, then you're going to be clicking on this link in the instructions. And you can see at the top left-hand corner, we have the download link. The current version of R is 4.0.3. So you'll click that link, download the file. If you are a Mac user, then you're going to use this link. And it's a little more difficult to find, but if you scroll down a little bit and on the left-hand side, here it is, R version 4.0.3. So again, you're going to click this link and download the file. Once you've downloaded the file, then you're going to open the file and you'll follow the installation instructions. Nothing too difficult. One important point here, if you are a Mac user, you will also need to download something called Xquartz, and I've provided a link to the installation here as well. Windows users don't have to do this. The Xquartz is already installed on Windows computers, but it's not yet installed on Mac computers by default, and it is absolutely necessary in order to use the R data editor. So click the link, and you find the most recent version of Xquartz here, 2.7.11. Again, click that file, download it, open it, and follow the installation instructions. All right, so now we need to download RStudio, the environment in which we're going to interact with R. And I've provided a link. There's only a single link, regardless of whether you have Windows or a Mac. So clicking on that link brings us to their download site, and we want the free version, just the basic integrated tools for R. So you click this link, again, open the file, follow the installation instructions. Again, nothing too difficult. All right, one more thing to note in this video. In the OLI textbook, at least in Module 1, they're using a depression data set for some of their demonstrations, and it's not pre-installed on R. So if you want to use that data set, you're going to have to download that separately. So you can find the link on page 4 of the textbook where the R instructions begin. It's approximately 2/3 of the way down the page. You'll find the link here circled in red. So you're going to click that. You're going to save the file to a location that's easy to find. I put it on the desktop so that I could find it quickly, depression.rdata. And after that, you're going to go into R. So here's what R looks like the first time that you open it. It should look very close to this. And note that what we have here are called panes, right? So we have a pane on the left, and we have two on the right, top right and bottom right. The one on the left here is called the console. It's very important because this is how we talk to R and how it talks to us. So we can type in commands and then it reports back based on what command that we entered. In the top right corner, we'll just talk about the environment right now. So this gives you a list of all the variables and data sets and so on and so forth that you currently have loaded in. Of course, we have nothing loaded in at the beginning. And then down here in the bottom right, we have a way to access quickly different files. Also, this is where we're going to look at graphs that we make, And then data packages are also really important. We'll talk about those in a future video. But if we go into files and we want to open the depression data set, then I put it on my desktop. So I click desktop, and then I can see depression R data right here. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to ask me if I want to really do this. I really do. And now you can see in the console that it has loaded this data set. Also notice that in the global environment, we can see the depression data set listed as available to us. It has 109 observations and 7 variables. If we want to look at the data set, then in the console, you're going to call the data set depression, hit enter or return, depending on whether you have a Mac or Windows. And there it is, 109 observations and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different variables. And the variable names are located at the top of each column. All right, so that concludes our first video. Future videos will introduce some of the other interesting commands and functions of R and RStudio.